Hello, Namaste. Uh, Today I am here with IELTS 11 reading. Let's see the text. IELTS 11 Test 1 Reading Test 1. The topic crop growing skyscrapers and the Norway grow crops in the land and sometimes on sea level like seafood. But what is written here? Crop growing skyscrapers. It's little bit different. It's virtual farming. So I hope you have already gone through IELTS reading text, how to find the answers. First of all, we see the question, we find the keywords, and we try to find the location in the text and the correct answer from the text. What's written here? Uh, Question 1 to 7. Sorry. Complete the sentence below. Choose no more than two words from the passage for each answer. Okay. Now, indoor farming is the fill in the blank. Suppose complete the sentence below. That means sentence completion question. And how to deal with sentence completion question. You may have already learned how to deal. Even though I would like to say something here. While completing sentences, we should see the words before and after the gap. What's written here? Number 1. Some food plants, including dot, are already grown into us. In this gap, it is clear that we have to write the name of food plant. Food plant. Some food plants, including, that means here in this gap we have to write the name of food plant are already grown into us. That should be already grown into us. Okay. 2 number. Vertical farms would be located in dot. Here is blank. Located in. When you see located in, you should guess situated in, based in, yes, lies in this way. We have to try to find the similar meaning in the text. And 3 number, vertical farms could use methane from plants and animals to produce. Okay. What is written? Vertical farms could use methane from plants and animals to produce. Why? Why methane is used? What they want to produce using methane? We have to find in the text. And the consumption of dot would be caught. Would be caught. Would be caught. Consumption of dot would be caught. Would be caught after the gap here is would be caught. Would be caught means reduced. Yes, would be reduced, would be dropped, decreased, like that. And here 4 number, the fact that vertical farms would need dot light, need dot light. Here should be adjective. We know dim light or bright light or artificial light. Yes, in this gap we need adjective which can go with light word. Okay, One form of vertical farming involves planting in which are not fixed, planting in, growing in. Here, planting in and gap. That means where the food crops are planted, actual place or suppose like a flower pot or something else here should be now. Second, the most probable development is that food will be grown on in towns and cities. Okay, vertical farming is growing food crops or food plants in towns and cities grown on. That means on where? We have to know where. On suppose on the hood, yes, or roof or something should be here. Now, question number 8 to 14. True, false, not given. True, if the statement agrees with the information, that is true. If the statement contradicts with the information, that is false. And if there is no information on this, is not given. Okay. What we have to know here is to be true, the statement should agree. Like if there is rise, there can be increase, go up in this way. And contradicts means suppose in the statement there is fall. If you find rise, increase, yes, that is contradict. If there is always and if you find in the text never, it directly contradicts. Contradicts. Okay. Now let's see number 8. Methods for predicting the Earth population have recently changed. Methods for predicting the Earth population. Methods, techniques, ways, approaches for predicting the Earth population have recently changed. We have to find in the text the methods of predicting Earth population have recently changed or not, or that is not given. If that is not mentioned in the text, the answer will be not given. And human beings are responsible for some of the destruction to food producing land. Okay, are the human beings responsible for destructing food producing land? If that is given, that will be true. If not given, if not given, if that is not mentioned, will be not given. If this information contradicts with the information given in the text, that will be false. And the crops produced in vertical farm will depend on the season. Okay, in vertical farm, crops produced in vertical farms will depend on the season. Are they seasonal? That means do we have to wait for the season or we can do all around the year? You should find. And 11 number, some damage to food crop is caused by climate change. If the climate factor of damaging food crops, you should find the information. And fertilizer will be needed for certain crops in vertical farms. Yes. Are fertilizers needed in vertical farms or not? Vertical farming will make plants less likely to be affected by infectious disease. Is it true, false, or not given? Okay, up to now, just I introduced you with the question. Now, let's see how to find the answers of this question. Here is another slide. IELTS 11 Test 1 reading. Complete the sentences below. Choose no more than 2 words. Okay. Sorry. Number 1. Okay, we saw it and we talked about it just before. Again, let's see here. Food plants, including dotted, are already grown indoor. It is the question. And in the text, what is given in the text? Indoor farming is not new since what house production of tomatoes has been in vogue for some time. Okay. Indoor farming, here is indoor and here is indoor farming. Same. So you can get help from here to find the location where this matter is discussed in the text. And is not new, are already grown indoor. Already grown, not new. Already grown. Yes, and here, not new. Since means because here. What else? Production of tomatoes has been in vogue for some time. That means it started already. Okay. That's why food plants including dotted in that blank we write tomatoes. 2 number. Vertical farming would be located in dotted is in the question and in the text situated in the heart of urban centers. So in this blank situated and located are similar words and urban centers. Heart of urban centers. You may think this is the answer. Heart of urban centers. You are true. But you have word limited. You can write only 2 words. That's why leave heart of and just write urban centers as your answer. Okay. Number 3. Vertical farming could use methane from plants and animals to produce. Dot out. Sorry, is the question. And in the text, consume energy. Consume energy use. Yeah, consume energy by methane generation from composting non-edible parts of plants. Okay, to produce energy. You can read and find. Okay, number 4. Consumption of dotted would be caught. Would be caught. It is in the question. Consumption of dotted would be caught is in the question. And in the text, what we found is reduce fossil fuel. Fossil fuel use. Consumption and use same. Similar. Yes? Would be caught and reduce similar. So, fossil fuel in your answer. Now let's go to second slide. Number 5. Virtual farming would need dotted line is a disadvantage. Need dotted line. What kind of line? Is in the question. It is in the question and Drawback is that the plants would require artificial light. Here, disadvantage, and here is drawback. Drawback of vertical farming. Okay, it need, here is required, same, similar meaning, and artificial light. Light is already written here, that's why our answer should be only artificial. If you write artificial light, what happens? Would need artificial light, light, double light. That's why here is light. Just write artificial, but do not write light again. It's the fill in the blanks. You should be grammatically correct, and the sentence should make the sense. Here, okay. Number 6. One home involves planting in dot which are not fixed. It is in the question. Yes, it's given in the question. And when you go to the text, you will find one variation. One home, one variation are similar is to grow plants. Now, grow plants and planting. Same. Grow plants in, planting in, similar. And stack trays. Okay. Grow plants in stacked trays, planting in blank. In this blank, you can write stacked trays or only trays. Only trays is given in the answer. But you can write stacked trays also. Okay. 7 number. The most probable is that food will be grown on in towns and cities. It is in the question up to here. And in text, you will find it is far more likely and most probable. Most probable, far more likely. These are similar. Yeah? And they use the space available on urban rooftops. Urban rooftops. Grown on dot in towns and cities. Towns and cities means urban, and here is on. Here is the space available on urban rooftops. Urban, if you write urban here, urban rooftops, what happens? Urban rooftops in towns and cities. That means urban, towns and cities and urban are similar. That's why you should not write repeated word in the blanks. Just write grown on rooftops. Now, true, false, not given. True, false, not given question. Question number 8. Methods of predicting Earth population have changed recently. No recent change is mentioned. Okay. In the text, no recent change is mentioned. So it is not given. Number 9. Human beings responsible for food producing land. Okay. Human beings are responsible for the destruction. Destruction of the destruction of the food producing land. Let's say it. Human beings are responsible for the destruction of the food producing land. And it's the question statement. Is it true, false, or not given? When you go to the text, you will find 80% of the land that is suitable for raising crops is in use. That means used by the humans. 50% of it has been laid waste by poor management. Poor management practices. Poor management practices are done by the people. That's why these are human activities. So it is true. 10 number. Vertical farms will depend on season. Is the statement. Vertical farm will depend on season. Means vertical farming or growing crops uh, depend on season. What is given in the text? Production of a safe and varied food supply through year-round production of all crops. Through year-round production of all crops. Here is depend on season. Here is through year-round production of all crops. Through year-round and season are just opposite. It's not seasonal. Vertical farming is not seasonal. We can produce, we can grow crops through year round. Through year round. So it contradicts. This statement contradicts. So the answer is false. 11. Damage of food crop is caused by climate change is in the question, and massive floods, long droughts, severe monsoons take their toll each year, destroying millions of tons of valuable crops. True. Massive floods, long droughts, severe monsoons are the climatic things. So, climate change can cause damage of food crops. So, it is true. The statement agrees with the text. Now, 12 number, fertilizers will be needed in vertical farming. Sorry, fertilizers will be needed in vertical farming is the statement. Question number 12. And what is given in the text? All the food would be grown organically, eliminating need for fertilizers. Okay, here is will be needed. Here is would be produced, could be grown organically, eliminating, eliminating need for fertilizer. That means avoiding the need of fertilizer. This will be needed and eliminating need for fertilizer contradict. They contradict each other. So it is false. Now 13. Vertical farming plants less likely to be affected by infectious disease. Vertical farming would greatly reduce the incidence of many infectious diseases. Okay. It less likely to be affected by infectious disease and reduce the incidence of many infectious diseases. They agree each other. So the answer is true. Okay, I helped you to solve the problems reading IELTS 11 test 1 reading question number 1 to 30. If you would like to see the continued part, please subscribe this video. Good luck. Thank you.